Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Tiffany, a retired librarian turned homeschool mom. And in this video, we're going to take a break from Sleeping Beauty and review the live musical Frozen. I saw this recently. So this is the Phoenix Theatre production. This is where I'm at. It's only a 500 seat theater, so it's really small. It's brand new, but it's a tiny theater. So this is their production. It was actually very well done. My daughter was with me, so she had a lot of fun. Normally she talks through things. She's not a screen kid, so she's not normally good at sitting still. Excuse me. But she sat still through most of this. She didn't really talk through most of this, which I was surprised at, that she actually sat through it. So I was pleasantly surprised. And this is my bouncy, talkative little kid. So it was very good, but again, it was a very small production. So, do a quick run through of the cast. I am going to pronounce their names wrong. We had Martivus Advent, that was our king. We had Shawnee Barrett, who was part of the ensemble. We had Rose Callie, who was young Elsa. We had Joseph Paul Carvos, who was our Olaf. He managed the puppet. We had Alyssa Charlio, that was our Elsa. The adult Elsa anyway. We had Brandon Chu, that is Hans. We had Danny Cleveland, who was part of the ensemble. We had Lucas Courtney Murata, who was Welton, that was also part of the ensemble. We had Kimbra Cook, who was our Buddha, or Buddha, the troll who raises Kristoff. She was also part of the ensemble. We had Trisha Ditzworth, who was part of the ensemble. We had Cameron Endress, who was part of the ensemble, and he was the dance captain. We had Shiloh Foreman, who was young Anna. We had Chelsea Cree Gorin, who was Anna. Then we have a second young Anna, which is Callie Keeps. We had Adam James King, who was Kristoff. We had Molly Lejol, who was part of the ensemble. We had Eddie Marledo, who was Pabby. He was also part of the ensemble. We had Brant Norris, who was part of the ensemble. We had Alexandra Pardro, who was part of the ensemble. We had Andrea South, who was young Elsa. We had Lauren Stannis, who was part of the ensemble. We had Jacob D. Weathers, who was Sven and part of the ensemble. Again, Sven was also a giant puppet. And then we had D. Scott Withers. Now he plays Orkin, who's the guy who owns the trading post. He's the bishop who crowns Elsa, and he's also part of the ensemble. And then we have several swing dancers for one of the dances, which are Maggie Barry Torres, Wesley Bradstreet, Jacob Curry, and Bethy Novotny. So that is the cast of our version of Frozen. Elsa was originally supposed to be played by Kaylin Creaser, which she was not there, and I do not know, there's not listed who played our queen, and I can't find her. So let's kind of go on. So this is it is very similar to the original film, but it adds some stuff to it. So this is Act 1. So you have Vuli, which is a song they sing in the company, which is just kind of similar to what they sing in the beginning of the film. And then they have the first song that they sing, which is Let the Sun Shine On. So that's sung by young Anna, young Elsa, the king, queen, and the townspeople. So this explains what's going on. You see Anna, who's very goofy, and she's very young. And Elsa, who knows she's not supposed to use her powers, how their parents know it's like, you're not supposed to use your magic. Nobody should know. The parents are afraid of people seeing Elsa's magic. So then we have A Little Bit of You, which is young Elsa and Anna. This is when they're talking about building the snowman and building Olaf. This is also when you see Anna being obsessed with Elsa's magic and how it's the best part of her, and then Elsa accidentally hits Anna in the heart with her magic. Then you have the hidden folk. Now, I don't know whether they specifically call them trolls. They don't call them trolls. They call them the hidden folk in this, even though obviously they're trolls in the film, though they look more native, and almost they're somewhere in between there. So, and it also reveals that the queen is part of the Northumbria, which again you wouldn't see in the original film because you don't really know much about the queen. And they summon them. rather than going to them, which makes sense for a stage production. So this is where Pabby heals Anna, but takes away her memories. He also gives Elsa a vision of the future, which scares her, makes her think people are going to treat her like a monster. And that's when her and her father decide that she's going to put on her mother's gloves and she's going to hide everything. And the king says that he's going to cut down on the staff. You actually see two of the maids leave. They go into the and close all the doors. Then we move on to the first original song, which is Do You Want to Build a Snowman? Mostly by young Anna and then Anna and Elsa. This is where you see the first two verses of Anna trying to get her sister's attention and knocking on the door and then the parents leaving. Now the girls stay young in this. So they're still relatively young. They're not the 16-year-old and the 15-year-old and the 18-year-old you see in the film when the parents leave. And then of course, so they're still young. And then the parents die. They show all that, them sinking in the sea. And you see the girls at the funeral, but then Elsa walks away from Anna. So, and then you go into the first time in forever. So this is when Anna wakes up with her hair a mess and she's an adult. They do actually, in between this, they have the part of the song where Anna, this is how she grows up. You see her singing it when she's young and then she's older, talking through the door to her sister. It's like, this is your coronation. Are you ready for your big day? Do you want to talk to me? And of course nothing happens. And then you move on to the first time in forever, where she sings and she's getting dressed and maids are trying to get her dressed. She's talking about everything. She runs into Hans. They actually fall on Kristoff's ice wagon. He tells them to get off. And then you have another new song, which is Hans of the Southern Isles, where Hans introduces himself as he's basically nobody. He's the 13th son of a small island kingdom. So, and nobody cares about him. Then we have Elsa, who's singing Dangerous to Dream. So this is when she's being crowned and she sees her sister, she sees the townspeople, she's terrified. She wants to reach out to her sister. She misses her sister, but she doesn't want to hurt her sister. So this is first kind of look into, this is adult Elsa. She's having to do her duty. She doesn't like it. She doesn't like hiding. There's a part in the song where you have Anna as an adult, sitting on the ground and Elsa's kind of singing to her. It's like, I wish you knew what this was about. I wish I could tell you I miss you. I wish we could be close again, but we can't because it's even dangerous for me to be standing here. And then she gets through the coronation and it's like nothing happens and she's safe. And she starts having a conversation with Anna again. And Anna kind of pushes her to keep the doors open and Elsa walks away. Then you have Love is an Open Door, which is of course Anna and Hans, where he proposes and he's singing with her. And then basically you have the whole Anna pushes Elsa because she refuses to accept their wedding because they've only known each other for one day, and things start going and you have people calling her a monster and she runs away. So then you have Reindeers Are Better Than People, which is Kristoff singing to Sven, and then Anna shows up and they have another song where What Do You Know About Love, where in the film they're arguing about this. It's a talking scene. But they sing this where it's like he's like, what on earth is wrong with you? You can't fall in love at first sight. It doesn't work like that. Love takes a long time. It's slow. And she dismisses him, and it's like they're basically arguing back and forth about what the other one knows about love. And she's like, have you ever kissed a girl, a human girl? Because again, he's with the reindeer. So then they run into Olaf, who sings In Summer, which again is his song from the film. Then you have Hans, where he's Hans of the Summer Isles, rephrase. This is the first one, where this is him convincing the townspeople to trust him, and how a soldier comes back with Anna's dress because she's changed her clothes because Kristoff gives her warmer clothes. And so they find her dress at the base of the mountain, so they think something's wrong. And so he's convincing people to go with him, even though he's just Anna's fiance, and he's very much defending Elsa here. So, and then you have Elsa singing Let It Go. Now, this is the portion where at the end of this is right before the intermission, there's a lot of smoke, and it upset my daughter. She didn't like that because she couldn't see. So then we move on to the final act, so which is a lot shorter. So then you have, basically, they play music at the beginning. Then we play Hoggy, which is Orkin singing about, it's a Norwegian, or I think it's either Norwegian or Finnish term, which we don't have a word for. And they say this in the song. We do not have a word for it in English. It's about feeling good and being with family. So they sing that. Then you have Elsa singing the Let It Go rephrase, where she's singing a little bit. And then then they sing, Anna and Elsa are saying, I can't lose you. And she's like, Elsa's like, I love you, but you have to go away. I can hurt you. Go away. And this is where she hurts Anna. And freezes her heart, essentially. And then you have the Hidden Folk, which is Kristoff summoning the hidden folk, basically. And then you have Fixer Upper, which is a song from the film. Again, you have Budla, Pappy, Olaf, and the Hidden Folk. What I found weird about this act was Anna and Kristoff were singing with them. And again, it's like, no, we have other things to do, and she's engaged to somebody else. So they actually don't do the verse about she's only a fixer-upper. So but yeah, you have Anna and Kristoff singing and dancing with this one, which is a little weird, considering what the song is about. And they're trying to convince them, hey, we have bigger problems. So, and then, you have Kristoff's Lullaby. So this is a new song where he's realizing he's falling in love with her as Patty is trying to heal Anna, and he can't. And he's like, only an act of true love. You have to. So he's like, the trolls expect him to kiss her, and he's like, no, I gotta get her back to Hans. So he gets her back to Hans, and they take her in. Then you have Monster, which is a song where Elsa, Hans, and the men, where Elsa's singing about, am I a monster? Should I kill myself? But then she's like, no, I have to fix this. So she lets Hans and the men capture her, and they have no idea where Elsa is. So then we have Kristoff's Lullaby free phrase where he's about to let her go. And sorry about the awkward cut there. My child broke in trying to get me to turn up her tablet because she's actually watching something for the first time. She hasn't touched her tablet in a while. Okay, let's get back to where the heck we were. So yes, we were talking about, yes, so Kristoff singing his lullaby the second time because he's gonna let her off. And then we have, right after that, basically you have the whole reveal of Hans. It's like, yeah, nobody loves you. I don't love you. You're my easy way to get a kingdom. I'm the 13th son. I knew I had to marry to get a kingdom. And now you're dying. And I can accuse your sister of your murder and take over. So it's like, you made it easy. You guys destroyed yourselves. You made it easy for me. And then, of course, Olaf comes and rescues her. And he does his whole, there are some people worth melting floor. And it's like, she basically said, Kristoff loves me. He's like, yeah, you really don't know anything, do you? And then they go to get out the window, and it's like, Kristoff and Sven are coming back for you. She's like, just like because he's in love with you. It's like, okay. So now she gets out, and then you have Elsa's broken away, because she refuses to be murdered. And you have Colder by the Minute, which is by Anna, Kristoff, Elsa, Hans, and the townspeople. So this is one of the second to last songs. So this is where there's a giant storm going on, just like at the end of the film. Anna and Kristoff are trying to find each other. Hans and Elsa. Hans is trying to capture Elsa. Eventually he gets to her and he's like, you killed your sister. Your sister is dead. She came, her hair was completely white. I tried to save her. She was cold as ice, but it was too late. You murdered her. And so then, of course, she pauses the storm because she's in her grief. And so then Anna is about to kiss Kristoff, and she sees, what was that? Oh, all right, moving on. Typical of the film, she's about to kiss Kristoff, and then she sees Hans about to kill her sister and gets in the way, and he kind of flies off. And then she's like, they have her completely white. I am very sorry about multiple cuts in this. My child keeps interrupting. This is why normally I do it when she's asleep. She doesn't want to go to sleep. Okay, so back to kind of the finale. So in Anna's all white. She's like in a white dress. Her hair is completely white and everything. And there's people kind of following her around. And she turns her sister. She protects her sister. Elsa starts touching her. Or like barely doesn't really touch her. It's like, what did I do to you? And then Anna's surrounded. And next thing you know, she's all back in her regular clothing. And she's no longer white. So that's how they do the transition. And it's like, you saved me. It's like, love. And then they kind of sing Let It Go, only it's like, now we're free. And basically Elsa realizes she starts touching things and everything kind of turns back. It does show Anna punching Hans. They do not necessarily show them dealing with Weaselton, which is what they do at the end of the film, where he's being sent off. But that is the end of the production. It was done very well for a very small production. Again, even though it was a state-of-the-art theater, but it's still only 500 people, 500 seat theater. My daughter enjoyed it. We had good seats. Again, it's a small theater. You can't really get that bad of seats. And you can't see the orchestra pit. It's completely covered. You do see the conductor. So it was good. I enjoyed. If you guys can get a chance to see it live, I would. Though I think you can find it on the Broadway production on YouTube. I think I had that pulled up a second ago. I'm pretty sure you can. And I'll probably watch that myself. Yeah, you can find... they do the... you can see the full show from Broadway, which looks like it's about an hour and a half long. So, you can watch that as well. But yeah, again, if it happens to be at a theater near you, I highly recommend it. So that is it for this video. Again, I'm sorry about the couple of cuts. My kid's annoying, and she needs to go to bed. It's 10:07. So like and subscribe. I will be finishing off with Sleeping Beauty. I will be doing the ballet, and I will also be taking my daughter with me this time because my sister is going to be in Hawaii. So we will actually be seeing that Sunday. You guys are going to be seeing this Friday. But you will see that review on the following Friday, and I believe I have one more book to do. And then we're going to move into November, and we're going to be looking at Pocahontas and going into that. So, and doing a little bit more Native American princessy, I think. So, like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thank you.